Good on me. Camera pointing completely wrong way. Just doing a few preparations there, guys, for today's 420 news. A little change up in how we would normally do things. I had some news lined up and all for you. In fairness, I was out there at work and gathering it yesterday evening. Just doing a little bit of pre-preparations. But then this morning, the Irish Health Committee here in Ireland, our health committee had a meeting. There was a question put one by the TD Gino Kenny here in Ireland, and they discussed the medical cannabis access program, or the fucking preventing a medical cannabis access program, because that seems to be what it's really good at, is preventing access for patients. Um, Volume, Martin. What's going on, guys? Is my volume low? Nice one if it is. Sorry about that there, Mustawaz. Podge. What's going on, Podge? Is my volume any better there now, Podge? Any better? Let me know. Try to make sure your phone is turned up as well. John Roach is out there in the audience as well. What's your fudge? Yep, volume. All right, we'll hit it up a little bit more. How are we looking there now? Maybe a loose cable. Sounds off. Better now. Right, apologies, guys. Some issues there on getting the audio lined up. Changed a few bits and pieces around there yesterday, but shouldn't have been really causing an issue there all this morning. But how was the mushy hunt? Mark is asking. It was fruitless, unfortunately. We went out there, done a bit of a hunting on Sunday evening, was it? Monday evening, actually. Sorry, and yeah, no luck, unfortunately. Did happen to get in. Yeah, well, I say a game of pitch and putt. So it wasn't all bad. It was a nice evening spent out there. And phone, all good now. Nice one, Podge. Nice one, guys, for the feedback there on the audio issues. We'll be lost without you guys. Just gonna turn off the audio on my phone there as well. Sweet. So, guys, in a short while there, Alicia Maher is going to join me on the podcast, and we're going to have a discussion about this morning's health committee meeting. So that's today's 420 news. It's just going to be a discussion between myself and Alicia Maher about how the patients are being treated under this program. Alicia Maher, as you probably all are very well aware of who she is, but she's stuck in Alicante, 2,000 kilometres away from her home here in Cork City, all because of a lack of access to medical cannabis, or just the cannabis. She's over there in Alicante now, where they're able to get access to cannabis through the local clubs. So it's literally just a bunch of people who set up a local club, and they're growing it themselves. She even benefits off of a happy hour over there at times, where it's like buy 1 gram, get 1 gram free. These are some of the promotions that they run over there in the clubs for the members. And yeah, Alicia is benefiting there. She's treating her chronic pain successfully with the help of these clubs. Back in Ireland, meanwhile, we're putting in place all of these barriers for patients to get access to cannabis, when all we really have to do is just remove cannabis from the Misuse of Drugs Act. It doesn't really fit the criteria for being there in the first place anyway. But instead of doing that ever so simple thing, we go and do this overcomplicated thing, this fucking big thorough process of regulation, where like your doctor can't even prescribe it to you. You have to go to a consultant, and your consultant can only get it prescribed to you. That's not fair at all. That's not an access program at all. That's like a prevention to access program. If you were to ask me, in my opinion, anyway, like that's all I see from it. They're just discriminating against the patients who use this medicine in every opportunity that they get. So that was the health committee meeting this morning. It wasn't a very good meeting at all. There wasn't anything of any importance learned from it. There wasn't any beneficial information there, except what we've already known, is that basically it's a shit show up there. They're like a bunch of headless chickens running around, and they don't know what's going on. They talk about like trying to prevent access or leakage from the program. But like, come here, like, get people access through the program first before you start worrying about leakage from the program. Nobody has got access through the medical cannabis access program, and they're worried about leakage from the program. It's like, come here, give people access first, like, and then let's see where the leakage is, and we can plug the leaks as we go. Ah. Dan Jackson says, yeah, everyone talks of the Dan, but you can become a member for a year for as little as 20 quid in Spain. That's right, Dan. Over in Spain, they do have these clubs where people can go in and pay a small fee, like 20 quid, and you're a member there for a year. And with that membership, you can then go down and buy your cannabis from that local private club. As I say, that's how they've managed to work it there over in Spain, in that little grey area. Let's blaze one up, guys. Let's blaze one up for hashtag bring Alicia home today. Little civil disobedience here on the show again. I was not prevented access to cannabis because of the prohibition, which was meant to prevent me access to it. But people like Alicia have been prevented access to it through their health professionals because of that very same prohibition, which has failed to prevent me from access. So when we talk about leakage, let's talk about leakage under prohibition. You know, seriously, like, you know, there's leakage there that Irish Water could be bloody proud of under prohibition. There's just like 90%, 99% leakage. Fucking Irish Water couldn't even do that if they tried. But let's blaze one up anyway. Let's just show them leakage. There's one bit of news I do want to get to you before Alicia comes and join us. It's a case that was covered here in Ireland of an 86-year-old lady. This is a case coming from, I can't remember actually off the top of my head what county it was from. Excuse me. New Ross. This is the case of Margaret Walsh, 86 years of age, and she was caught with €50 worth of cannabis herb in her property in November 12th, 2020. I'll pop this up on screen there for you so you can see it. This is a post that was up over on Reddit, over on the Crown over there. So 1 second now. There we go. Apparently the largest Irish cannabis community. But this is a post that's up over there anyway. She says, or they say that a woman charged with having €50 worth of cannabis herb will have her case struck out by Judge John Cheadle at Wexford District Court if she makes a donation to the court poor box. So that's an if she makes a donation. So if she doesn't, they're going to come down hard on her 86-year-old pensioner as €100 robbed out of her pension for her crime of being in possession of a simple bit of cannabis herb, which probably helped with many of the afflictions that would face a person at that old age. You know, that's a ripe age to be at, 86 years of age, and as I say, cannabis is an incredible prophylactic that really helps reduce some of the problems that come about due to the disease of aging. Yes, aging is a disease that afflicts the human body. We're all destined to succumb to it. Hopefully anyway, like, you know, should we live a full life and not get hit by the bus. But yeah, aging is a disease, and cannabis is an incredible preventative at limiting or reducing the progression of that disease. Judge Cheadle asked her if she would like the opportunity to give a donation to the court poor box to avoid conviction on her record, and she replied that she would. The judge said that if she donated €100 by October 12th, he would strike out the charge. That's poor, like, that's so petty. I know there's a lot of comments up there, like, anyone who agrees with this is a 6 CONT. There is others down there as well, you know. This comment was something that also came to my mind. The fact that she was arrested at her address, does this mean that they raided a house for €50 worth of cannabis? What if she had a heart attack or fell over and died, you know? It's a real messed up one, really. When you think about it, an 86-year-old lady having her house raided over €50 worth of cannabis, and then she being brought to court over it. You think, like, once they kind of see what's going on there, you know, that whoever was involved there, the cops could just make this go away and not trouble this old lady at this point of her life. You know, but loads of comments up there, like, you know, that, like, definitely I agree with that one there. yeah, and this one, I think that judge should be. I don't condone violence, but in certain cases, but yeah, a lot of people not happy over there about that. But then when you think about it really, and you compare it to sorry, I get these up there now. You compare it to these other cases, also overseen by a judge here who I always kind of pick on the show, Judge Sean O'Donovan. He sent a lady there to prison recently for, what was it? She got caught with some cannabis, with less than a half a kilo of cannabis. This was the girl from Kinsale who brought in the dodgy urine sample, and she got a year and a half in prison. She got a 3-year sentence, suspended, 18 months suspended off of it, so a year and a half in prison for her crime of having a bit of cannabis. Do you know? So you compare that with the others, a sexual assault of a teenager, and that's a video out. There's a video here out of Cork, featuring Paul Byrne from Virgin Media. And guys, the viewer discretion advised. It's kind of a bit of a sick one, really. Like when you think about it, like what's gone on in it. I'll pop it up on screen there if you know.
He left me feeling dirty and unclean, as well as physically sick, said the young woman, while giving evidence in the case against Andrew O'Donovan today. The court was told the widower approached the 17-year-old as she waited for a bus in Cork City, and after engaging in conversation, sexually assaulted her. Lead investigator Detective Garda Craig Peterson, who arrested O'Donovan, said the farmer from West Cork admitted to meeting the young woman, but when asked about the sexual assault replied, "Sure, it's only nature." The court was told O'Donovan, who pleaded guilty to the sexual assault, which occurred in August of last year, still believes he did nothing wrong. Last year, O'Donovan was handed an 18-month suspended prison sentence after he pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting a teenage girl who was a patient in the same ward as him at Cork University Hospital in 2017. At the time, the court was told O'Donovan went to the 17-year-old's bedside and sexually assaulted her. Due to the seriousness of her injuries, however, the patient was unable to reach out and press the emergency call button. In court today, the woman sexually assaulted at the bus stop insisted on having the offender named.
She was trying to ensure nobody else would go through the same thoughts and feelings she has. And I think in particular when she became aware it wasn't his first time, she wanted to ensure maybe it would be his last time.
The survivor said she no longer feels safe while out in public. Judge Sean O'Donovan said the farmer seems to have no insight into the fact that what he was doing was totally wrong. He then triggered the 18-month suspended prison sentence handed down last year and a further 9 months for the latest attack to run consecutively. As O'Donovan was being led away, he shouted, "I want to go home. I have cattle to feed. I did nothing wrong." Paul Byrne, Virgin Media News, Cork.
So you think about that, like compared to some of the other cases there, Judge Sean